everybody, Harley Bardley back again, once more with another round of Long Live the Queen. This time, still continuing our Magical Girl playthrough. So when we last left off, we were still boosting skills and everything. We managed to get a partial success and the option to summon Juliana to the execution. However, we completely botched that because we needed higher composure and higher meditation. But anyway, so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and boost... let's see. Let's go ahead and do foreign intelligence while we have the chance and see if that will help us any. So, foreign intelligence and foreign intelligence. It says, the current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talas. So that was the guy who sent us the necklace. And then we have a bonus, so... The domain of Sangia, across the sea to the west, has been steadily increasing in size, and now controls a wide range of coastline as well as most of the navigable rivers. The political disruption in Tambula in recent years has caused a disruption in their chocolate production, which is to the benefit of Nova, particularly to the Duchy of Kigal. It says, you received word that an unfortunate incident at the gallows where the man you judged was sent to be executed. Anyway, he gets out, and there's a rumor that starts to spread about a dark cabal of lumens. So we got embarrassed earlier, and now there's that going on. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and add one the willful, one the angry. So we visited dungeons. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons, petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. And while angry has increased and cheerful has increased, lonely still at the bottom and willful still at the top. So we are still good to go for those. And let's see. We can't really do too much more on each of those. It won't put us that high. But let's take a look. Let's do... Yeah, say... Let's do one more on each of those. Foreign intelligence and internal affairs. So that gets us up to 50 on each one, or should. So in foreign intelligence, since the recent revolution, the Tambulans have twice been gathering their troops on the Novan border. Both times their camps were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. Pirates are once again operating out of Orcus, although they are currently sticking to the northern seas and no threat to Nova. However, if they turn to slave raids, the Borellians may be quite vulnerable. Okay. For internal affairs, the Duke of Marie has paid suit to the Duchess of Ursul to no avail. The Duchess's brother is opposed, as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Ursul is more interested in the Duchess of Hellas. Actually, she's more interested in a little priestess. Neither has been linked to a man. Countess Like of Dis married the old Duke of Sudbury, who was more than twice her age, then divorced him as soon as she bore him an heir in order to be free to marry another. It was considered shockingly rude by the general nobility, but the old Duke apparently had no objection. Okay. It says, I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elath, has passed away. This isn't really a surprise, he was pretty old. The problem is the political implications. And we're basically deciding where we're going to put this little kid. It says, Novan's history of success. And his mother is closely related to the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kigal. And internal affairs failed. She doesn't know anything really bad about her. So we can leave him with his mother, send him to his grandfather, marry him, or send him to our uncle. So, he is about our age. We could marry him, but, you know, that's not really giving him that much of a choice. So we're going to leave him with his mother. Or stepmother, I should say. Because that's the only family he's ever known. And the last time he seemed to be happy about that. So, let's see what else. +1 the lonely, +1 the afraid. Willful, angry. Cheerful. Because our lonely can't get any further down. So, mood, cheerful and angry about one another. So, let's see. We can't go any higher than that until we have ciphering up. So let's go ahead and boost our Lumen powers. So let's see. With that, that might boost us very high. So we'll do sense magic and resist magic and see where they put us at. Okay, so that's going to put us at over 80 with each one. One more on each of those is going to put us at 100. It says, you expand your magical perceptions to give you some idea of where a detected spell was cast from and how long ago. It says, you learn to detect the latent power that signifies a lumen, even when he or she is not actively working magic. And it says, for resist magic, you learn how to maintain a low-level deflection field, so that magical attacks not directly targeted at you will slide harmlessly aside. This doesn't need much power, so you can keep it up for long periods of time. For 80, you learn how to directly counter offensive magic with your own power, so that you can burn out a spell that someone else has cast. This is very dangerous if the other spell is too powerful. So, it says, there is a woman here to see you. She's a musician and wishes crown patronage, which means money. And then we have Sabine there. And we have foreign intelligence failed, but intrigue is a success. It says, musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. She sings a little ditty. Instrument and voice failed. Accept her as court musician or reject her. So we're going to accept her, so why not? She seems cool. Oops. I forgot. Yielding is under willful. Why did I do that? Oh well, we only needed like a little bit, and these are like sky high anyway, so let's see. We don't have a bonus to intrigue anymore. No. Let's see. What can we do, though? Let's go ahead and take care of sense magic and resist magic and get those out of the way. Because those put us up to 100, even with, without the incredible added boost. We just needed the boost we already have. Look at this, from the shadow effect going here, it looks like she's got one white sock and one pink sock. Or does she actually have one white and one pink sock, and I'm just now noticing that. Anyway. You expand your senses, learning to detect spells and magical creatures at a greater distance. You learn to detect lingering traces of strong magic from the past, even when the spell has long since completed. You have nothing more to learn about sense magic. So yay, we finally maxed something out. It says studying. Oh, oops. I meant to hit resist magic and I didn't. My bad. Oh, okay, we receive the letter from the kid and he's happy. So, one more to lonely, one more to cheerful. And let's go ahead and take care of the last two. Let me actually put resist magic and willed magic going so we can take care of that. I actually forgot to look at her socks. I forgot to see. Okay, your increased skill and power gives you innate resistance to mind-affecting magic. And your understanding of the flow of power gives you increased resistance to damage caused by magic, even without a shield. You can still be hurt, but less than an ordinary human being would be. You have nothing left to learn about resist magic. It says, you learn how to make use of images to wield your other powers at a great distance. You have nothing more to learn about willed magic. So we have completely maxed out our Lumen stuff. Okay, you staring up at the sky out your window, you notice a strange flash of lightning. Falling star, pretty. And one more to cheerful. So, one less to cheerful to attend service. So, this apparently changes over time depending on what your mood is. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and do one more to cheerful and see if we can't get that up high enough. So, she is cheerful. She's smiling little girl now. So, let's take a look. Lumen's completely maxed out. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's see what else we have going on here. We still have plenty of economics and trade, all that going. And, let's see, conversation, public speaking. We don't have a bonus to ciphering yet. So, let's go ahead and hone in on some of this. We should probably get our public speaking up higher. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. Public speaking and public speaking. Oops, sorry about that, guys. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. You take deep breaths and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room. You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience. So it says, "My lady, there's a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed." And it's a poem. So let's just take it as cheerful, hilarious, so it can be cheerful again. And we are going to not climb out and grab it because we don't want to die. And let's put her cheerfulness back up a little bit. Let's see. That's pretty high. We can probably start doing more angry again. I think angry brings up intrigue. I probably should take a look and see. Let's see. Intrigue is brought up by being willful, so I need to bring willfulness back up again. Let's see. But in the meantime, let's bring up flattery. You learn that it's important to make eye contact when saying nice things about someone. You learn that flattering comments have the best impact when kept short. Gushing makes people feel awkward. You learn that it's always better to compliment people for their personality and their choices than their physical attributes. You've unlocked a new outfit. "My lady, there are letters for you." And it's Bryony again. And it's an invitation to her birthday party. It says, "Divination failed. Go to Sudbury for Gwinnell's party or send your regrets." And since we got attacked last time, it's probably a good idea to just send our regrets. So, let's see. Let's try to jack Willful back up to where it's supposed to be. So, she's still cheerful. So, let's go ahead and check the tea dress again, just to knock that little new thing off over there. So, Willful's up there. We need to bring Cheerful down just a little bit. So, in the meantime, since we have a pretty good boost going over here, we can probably bring those up fairly high. So, let's actually go ahead and put that tea dress back on. Check the skills. So, that's given us an even more of an added bonus. So, let's see. Let's do more court manners. See what we can get away with. You study the traditions of ballroom etiquette, how to politely accept or defer an offer, and how to avoid the impression of attachment to an individual. You memorize the correct title for every servant in the castle. Treating servants with respect ensures good service. And we've gotten further this time than last time. To directly challenge someone's honor is to declare a war. Never make a public accusation of cowardice, treason, infidelity, or murder unless you are prepared to face mortal enemies. On that note, you study the etiquette of dueling. As a monarch, you are expected to embody the virtues of honesty, bravery, and generosity. You should always offer aid to those in need. However, those you aid personally are expected to give you their utmost loyalty, even unto death. Sigh. Wanda lonely. All my friends are at Gwinnell's party and I don't get to go. Court matter success. I sent her a note with my regrets and a gift, and she accepted, so at least she's not upset. We can get together sometime after my coronation when things are less hectic. So maybe in another video I will show you what we can do if we survive bandits. So, let's see. What did I need to do again? I see. I need to get Willful back up. That's what I needed to do. So, let's do +2 to Willful. Wanda lonely. And she's still cheerful. Right, I needed to make her depressed. Crap, I forgot about that. But, let's see. I can boost all these other things right now. So, let's do that. Let's see. So, 1 court matters and 1 flattery. You study the forms of written address, how to issue and decline invitations, how to announce an impending visit, and how to correspond with the rulers of foreign domains. You study the language of flowers and the secret meanings that can be communicated through the gift of a bouquet. And super boost for flattery. Visual elements are best to flatter on a first meeting. They are expected to be noticed right away. If you spent more time with someone, suddenly complimenting their attire will ring false. Small personal details help make the recipient of your flattery feel that you have truly noticed them, which is always better than a simple, "How nice you look." And 60. Most people want to believe that they are successful and well-liked more than they want to believe that they are handsome. Play to these beliefs, and they will be inclined to enjoy your company, even if they should know better. Alright. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Matters have come to a crisis. Aris, the Duchess of Lilla, has declared civil war. What? Apparently she feels that you are a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kigal. The forces of Elath are under Aris's control, of course. The Duchess of Sudbury is with Lilla, so maybe we shouldn't have sent the kid over there. But Gwinnell's my friend. Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. The situation in Hellas and Marie is less clear. Military failed. There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have already. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, let's do it. Criminals probably already know how to fight. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they take time to reach their peak. Goodness. So we should probably do something to make her willful and angry. And she's still cheerful. Why are you so happy over this? Don't be happy over this. So what can we do? What can we do? Classes. Public speaking. We're probably going to need that. Your teacher asks you questions about made-up nonsense, pushing you to improvise answers smoothly and swiftly without having to worry about them being correct. You read collections of famous historical speeches and practice saying them in convincingly dramatic fashion. You borrow the menu for an upcoming banquet and practice delivering it as a dramatic speech to an audience of confused chambermaids. You learn about debate techniques and practice them by trying to convince the castle gardener why a new fountain would be a good idea. And your teacher assigns you to create and memorize a short speech of your own. The negotiator for the rebels has arrived to speak with you. Surrender now and I will be lenient. We are not here for our surrender, we are here for yours. You have one chance to avoid needless bloodshed. Agree to marry one of our Duchess Aris sons. She will become your regent and guide the domain into stability. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Suggest compromise, refuse, or agree. Let's see if we can do the compromise. I am willing to marry her son and listen to her advice, but I will not give up my crown. Public speaking. Success! Woo! It's a good thing we used those extra classes just then. If we come to blows, there will be no true winner. Good soldiers will die, property will be devastated, and the victor's rule will be tainted with blood. I am young, and perhaps the Duchess' wisdom would be useful to me. As an advisor, not regent, let us work together for the good of Nova. Your terms are acceptable. So apparently we're going to be marrying one of her sons. We will, of course, maintain control of our forces in order to prevent misunderstandings. So we've barely avoided a civil war. Let's see. +1 to... Let's see. What makes us depressed? Okay, let's do that. And she's still cheerful. You should not be cheerful, child. Okay. Public speaking is up there. Let's see what else we can do. Let's try to fill out public speaking and court manners. And take care of that in one fell swoop. Whew. Narrowly avoided a civil war, folks. Your teacher assigns you to read about a subject, memorize a few good phrases for the beginning and ending of a speech, and then make up the rest on the spot. Your teacher assigns you to read about a subject and then requires you to answer questions about it on the spot in front of an audience. You have nothing more to learn about public speaking. It says you study the rules of behavior in foreign courts so that you may seem at home in any setting. And we've learned all of that. Okay, you are suddenly walking through the great hall. A freak gust of wind suddenly blows out all the candles in the room. Divination failed again. How strange, there must be an open window somewhere. And here we go. The Duchess of Lilla and her retinue arrive at the castle to take their new places as your ministers and advisors. Somewhat to your surprise, Aris has not brought your new fiancé with her. And this is Aris, Duchess of Lilla. My intent for you is to wed my youngest son, Thaddeus, as he is closest to your age. Well, at least she's not marrying us to somebody that's 10 times older than us. And wow, she's got a lot of kids. Big family. Alright, so she's age 53. She's had a lot of husbands. Nolan, Duke of Mead, deceased. Jael, Duke Consort of Lilla, deceased. Fabian, Earl of Titan, deceased. So, the guy that just died, you know, her last husband. Coruscant, the girl that was almost killed earlier, as her daughter. Kevin's also her son. Charmian, Kieran, Thaddeus, and Adele. So, Adele has been mentioned, but these other ones really haven't, except for this guy right here. He's 18. He's a few years older than her, but not that bad. Okay. So, however, he is a fragile boy and unwell at the moment. You would remember Thaddeus vaguely from school, and fragile is not a word you would have used to describe him. Angry, unpredictably violent, often in trouble, and a terrible scholar, but not fragile. And he's going to be your husband? Oh boy. This is not good. I have set Elodie up with an potentially abusive husband. This is not good. Court matters success. I do hope Thaddeus is not feeling too unwell. Is there anything I could provide to assist him? Herbs, perhaps? I fear not. Have patience and this will pass, as clouds always do. Is he often clouded? My son is a good boy. Too good. When he was young, he saw something he shouldn't have. Something no child should. You see somebody die? What do you mean? I will not speak of it, and neither should you. Do not ask me, do not ask him. Okay, it must have been really traumatizing then. If he chooses someday to tell you his story, then perhaps that will help him, but it must be his choice. I want this marriage to be good for him. But what about good for me? Yeah, what about our kid? Too late to change your mind now. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we kept our options open, or maybe would have been better off with another engagement. Who knows? Anyway, let's take a look here. Let's see. Depressed. One the depressed, ones are afraid. And her mood is now lonely, so we need to get willful back up there to the top. But lonely's not too much at the bottom, so that's pretty good. Let's see. Let's go ahead and boost flattery as high as we can get it. And that is actually going to be where I leave off. So, let's read these last ones. A certain class of dramatic personality believes utterly that they are ugly and unpopular, even if this is untrue. Flattering their appearance will make them pull away and mistrust you. Instead, compliment their intelligence. This tends to be their weakness. Okay, so people with low self-esteem? Okay. Most people want to believe that they are special and will react well to hints that they are receiving slightly better treatment than others. However, too obvious favoritism will stir resentment, and only the vain enjoy it. So, narcissism. Okay. The most reliable form of flattery is to convey that you honestly like the target, enjoy spending time with them, and wish them to think well of you. So, honesty is the best form of flattery? And imitation is a form of flattery. Mirroring someone's gestures and reactions can lead them to subconsciously trust you and feel that you have a bond. Be careful not to make this seem like mimicry, which is insulting. And this is actually talking about rapport building skills. Mirroring is actually something that you can use in real life to help build rapport with someone. So if you're interested in body language and stuff like that, that's actually something very interesting to look into. And it says you have nothing more to learn about flattery. And it says, things have been so unsettled lately, everyone's on edge, we need something cheerful. And this is where we're going to leave off in this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive notifications about more videos like this in the future. Thank you all for joining me today, and this is Harley Barley, signing out.